So, with that, you now it's maybe about like 10 a.m. Bobby, you said you were going outside,
Yeah.
kind of do your thing.
Yeah.
Would anybody else like to do anything, or would you just like to rest?
Are there any is there like a library or like any books anywhere or anything?
As far as a library goes, not that you know of. You might be able to ask about it, if you see a nurse again.
Okay.
You can go, and again, you can just go up to the nurses, like, you don't have to wait for them to come to you. But as far as you know, off the cuff, there doesn't appear to be.
Okay. Got it.
Was there like a common room or like a rec room?
There's, it's kind of a crap library, or not library, hospital, so they unfortunately don't really have, like, there is like a lobby that has a TV in it, but in all honesty, it's going to play the same thing that your TV in your room is going to do, and probably you can actually change the channels on that one, whereas you can't do that to the one in the lobby, and it's just going to be playing the news on 24/7, so...
I start skateboarding before I go outside, by the way. I just start, just lackadaisically skating through the halls.
You see one of the nurses. It's Nurse...
Hello, nurse.
Mathers.
Hello?
Nurse Mathers from the nurse station just angrily shakes her fist at you and she goes, Bobby Wyman, you slow down! That's a really stupid kid.
Wendy will just start flipping through the channels on the TV.
Alrighty. So you get kind of the usual news that you've been seeing in 2020, with the combination of a couple of things that maybe are a bit more fictional, not real to life. Like there was a volcano in, I think, Tahiti or something. In Canada, there was a freak volcano or something like that.
So many volcanoes these days.
So many
I
volcanoes.
think she's trying to
these days.
avoid the news because it makes her feel uncomfortable,
Yeah.
and so she's just flipping through trying to find like cartoons.
You find like a talk show. There's and then there's you can eventually find like a children's show that has like cartoons and stuff.
Perfect.
Yes.
I have arrived. It's Animaniacs.
Here it is. And with that, so Bobby, you skateboarded outside, right?
I sure did.
When you get outside, are you just kind of doing tricks in the parking lot?
Yeah, nothing crazy because my head still does, despite what I told the nurse, my head still does hurt a lot. But yeah, I'm just kind of looking. For like a hot second, I think, but what if I just skated away and just left?
It's a long skate back, and it's also very cold outside.
Yeah, those are things that very quickly come to mind.
Skateboarding in a blizzard.
I sure am. I think I go outside for like 2 seconds, realize, fuck, it's cold, and then I just go back inside and just am planning to just skateboard around the halls.
And as the second you decide to come back in, you're met with you bump into somebody, and it's Nurse Clayton from earlier this morning. She just goes, Bobby, your appointment with Dr. Drake is right now. Could you come with me?
Oh, yeah, sure.
It'll be quick. It'll be quick.
How many more of these do I have? I do kind of not want to, live here.
We feel that you're probably not going to be here very much longer, of course. We'll see what Dr. Drake has to say.
Fine. Sling the skateboarder from my back and follow.
She kind of pulls a wheelchair for you, and she's like, if you'd like to sit, we could you can ride in style. You don't have to, of course. You're perfectly capable, it seems, because you've been skateboarding all morning.
How about instead I just stand on the skateboard and I hold out my hands?
Okay. So she grabs your hand and just kind of drags you down the halls.
Perfect.
So she takes you to you're already in the lobby level, and she rolls you down the halls towards the examination rooms, which is opposite of the doctor's offices. And from there, she takes you into one of the examination rooms, and she informs you that Dr. Drake will be here shortly. And then she exits the room, leaving you in a silent examination room alone.
Put the skateboard on my lap and just begin spinning the wheels. And then after like 30 seconds of that, I stand on the skateboard and just like start pushing myself. I imagine the room's not very big, so I just push myself off of one wall and then off the other wall.
Just going
kind of
crazy.
do that.
And after a brief moment in time, it felt like maybe 30 minutes, but it was probably 5. Dr. Clifford Drake enters the examination room. He's a handsome man with black-rimmed glasses, decently long hair, and a professional look about him. He's currently wearing his doctor's jacket, a black turtleneck with a strange necklace, and khaki pants. He holds a clipboard and he's looking at it as he enters the room. Hey there, Bobby. I'm Dr. Drake. Dr. Haverly was supposed to do his usual checkup with you, but he's currently still busy at the county hospital, and it's an absolute nightmare over there. I think actually he has to quarantine himself thanks to all the things that are going on over there. It's a nightmare, let me tell you.
Should wear a mask.
I mean, he was, but you know, it's a hospital. It's probably the place you're gonna get it, especially as a doctor. You have to put your face in everybody. And he says, "Let's see how you're doing. Are you in any pain?" And he kind of motions over to the seat so that he can kind of give you an examination.
Hop onto the seat. You know, doses of existential dread, a bit of like, you know, just questioning reality and stuff. My head hurts.
Your head hurts. Okay. And he pulls out his little pen flashlight. And he's like looking in your eyes to see how they dilate and everything. Just giving you the usual top to bottom checkup.
I'm not helping. I like close the eye that he's looking at, and he switches to the other, and I close that eye.
You can see he kind of gets a little flustered about it. He's like, Dr. Haverly is... Bobby, I gotta do a thorough checkup or else Dr. Haverly's gonna have my ass. You know that.
Hey, what's with
this?
that? Yeah.
Let's see.
It's kind of cool.
Do you have occult studies or investigation?
Nope.
That's fine. You notice a strange necklace, and it looks like a small brass key that's been twisted and warped. He's like, oh, this, he puts on a smile that you can tell he's been asked this question a good amount. And he's just like, I bought it at a flea market as a joke. I just thought
Hello, I have bullshit detector.
Hello.
He's spewing bullshit.
So, you could tell that it's not just a joke to him.
Yeah.
Like he mentions that he bought it as a joke, and he notices that you're skeptical of it, and he's just like, okay, it wasn't just a joke. I'll be clean with you. I bought it because it reminds me of something that my mentor used to tell me, which was that the key to good medicine is a doctor's relationship with his patients. And the necklace looks like a kind of a warped key, and he's just like, in the past I used to be a bit too clinical and not empathetic enough, and it wasn't helping me be a doctor. I was almost respecting everybody as if they were some sort of machine, and I feel like those words really changed me. And he smiles, and he's like, but Dr. Haverly, he likes to be thorough. And he continues his investigation. I heard you had an incident with Mr. Langley last night.
I mean, it was more that that guy who still thinks he's a cop. He just got all sorts of business on him, and it was loud, and I was really tired. But yeah, did he die? Did he actually die?
He's like checking on you, and he stops for a moment when you ask when he died, and he just goes, he had complications with his medication, and he just keeps continuing his procedures. He picks up the clipboard,
Clipper, the big red dog.
and he walks over to the door, almost as if he's done with his checkup, and he's looking at you, and he's like, "I see you have iron deficiency. Let's take care of that right now." And he kind of like goes to the cupboard. He pulls out a like a little black pill in a sippy cup, and he hands him to you.
I mean, I just had a concussion. That's okay.
I mean, just because you had a concussion doesn't mean you don't have other problems. We found this.
Okay. I'll just take it.
You take the pill?
Yep.
He's just like, and you know, Haverly likes to be thorough. Can you show me that you swallowed it? I'm sorry. Very good, Bobby. Haverly should be able to see you in a couple of days. And every single time he mentions Haverly, he kind of has this tone. And he's just, until then, I hope I was satisfactory in taking care of you. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me? Do you have any issues that I can help with other than, looks like you have a headache. That medicine that I just gave you should probably help with that. That could be due to your iron. And, anything else?
What? Do you and Dr. Haverly not get along?
Would you like to use bullshit detector? Would you like to spend a point in it?
Yes. Yes, I would.
So, Drake is perfectly calm in performing his duties in the most professional manner, making sure he gets everything right. But you can tell he's biting his tongue with what he really thinks of Dr. Haverly.
I won't tell them.
Just Dr. Haverly
Dr.
is Dr.
Patient
Haverly.
Well, you know more about them than I do. I haven't even seen them.
He is... He carefully thinks of his words. A thorough man. That's all I'm going to say, Bobby. With that, I'll let Nurse Clayton know that if you need anything, you can ask for the nurses, and I hope you have a restful evening, and I hope you feel better in the morning, Bobby. And he leaves the room, and then the nurse returns after a few moments.
Hey, and I'll just stand on my skateboard.
Hey.
My arms out.
Okay.
Ready to go.
Okay, Bobby. She just kind of
okay, Bobby.
takes you, and you're walking through the hallways for a moment, and then the red light kind of appears in one of the rooms, and you see a nurse kind of come out of that room, and she's like, "Oh, Clayton, could you help for a moment?" And she's like, "Oh, okay. Bobby, just stay here for a moment. I will be right back. I just need to help out with an emergency. It seems really quick." And she runs down the hall, and where she's left you, you've noticed, to your left, it's kind of a large hallway, but to your left, somebody comes out of the room, and you notice the room it is. It's the morgue. The door opens to the morgue, and the porter you saw the night before comes out of the room. He kind of gives you, like, a nod and, like, kind of a stern look as he walks away. But what you notice as the door's swinging, kind of like it was, all the doors kind of do that, is that there is a body with a hand sticking out, and the hand is wrapped in bandages.
I'm gonna hop off my skateboard. Just take a little stroll.
All right.
Like I'm supposed to be walking this way, and I'm just gonna duck in there and see our dead friend real quick.
He was our best friend.
He was our best buddy.
As you kind of
I've never seen a dead body before.
Hey kid, do you want to see a dead body? As the door's kind of swinging, you just kind of like gracefully slip between it, as it keeps going. And your eyes weren't deceiving you. Right within eyesight from the door to the morgue is a body covered in a blanket on a stretcher that is missing its fingers. As in they're wrapped in bandages. And now that you get a good look at them, kind of look like maybe they aren't full hands. Otherwise, this is the hospital's morgue. It's succumbed to the same old neglect as the rest of the hospital, so while it looks a bit shoddy, nothing stands out. Except for, the body. But I mean, it's morgue, so.
Yeah. I'll just kind of tiptoe over there and just like, not for very long, but just like peek to make sure the face looks the same. And say,
so, yeah.
oh, nope.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, when you lift the thing, you do notice something stands out immediately. You lift it enough to see the head, but you also get a look at the neck, and the neck has a slash on it.
I drop it. Turn around real fast, and I'm gonna walk out faster than I came in.
All right. You return to the hallway just in
I go
time.
back exactly where I was, and I hop back on my skateboard.
Nurse Clayton comes out of the door to the room that she was in. She just goes, "Hey, Bobby!" She's like, "All right, Bobby. Sorry, there's a quick emergency right there. Let's get you back to your ward. How do you say it?" You look a little flushed. Is everything okay?
I'm just kind of tired. I think the doctor visits just makes really tired.
Okay. Let's get you back to your ward. And so she leads you the way. You didn't necessarily go. Oh, she takes you. You didn't necessarily go all the way back to your ward when you first got here. So to get to your ward, you leave the examination hallway. You go through the lobby. You go up some stairs. You don't go upstairs. You go to the elevator, and the elevator takes you to the second floor, and the second floor has your ward in it, which is Ward 3. She drops you off there. She asks you if there's anything that you'd like before she leaves, as per nurse things do. We'll say she gets you anything you need, and now you are back in the ward with all of your friends.
Oh, good. As soon as she drops me off, and I just kind of peek to make sure that she's gone, I turn around and say, "He did not die of natural or medical causes."
You see this? This is my shocked face.
What?
But
What did he die of then?
oh, something just.
What does it mean?
Exactly that. There was a thing, just a gap, just bleh.
Wait, how do you know this?
Because I saw his body.
Why did you see his body?
Because I just happened to be there where the body was and my eyes were open.
Why were you in there with the body?
Because I've never seen a dead body before.
It was so cool.
And you're sure it was him?
Remember these? Yeah, they were all Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of scuffle over to the door and look around.
If you get out of bed, you do take 1 health.
I understand.
All right, and so you look around. There's
Oh, not muted.
There's nurses at the nurse station that's down the hall, but they don't notice you looking out the door or anything.
Okay. I have a thing in computer science.
Okay.
Are there any computers around that aren't being used or aren't being looked at?
That aren't all nursed up.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, the only one that I could think of that I would know of would probably be the one in the nurses station, which is now heavily full of nurses, as they're all figuring out what they're supposed to be doing for the day.
Mm-hmm. And I'll kind of peek back in to our room. I could try and find out what actually happened, but I might need a little help. Nobody volunteered.
Are you looking at anybody in particular?
All of us.
Yeah, I could use some excitement. So I'll go.
You're gonna get up.
Well,
Yeah, I'm getting up.
That's a health. That's a health.
that's a health. That's a health. That's a health. Are we all Yorkshire now? And
That's
Scottish?
lovely.
Lovely.
It's lovely.
We essentially just need to get the nurses away from the station for a couple minutes so I can get on their computers.
Okay.
Because now my curiosity is a little piqued. And I think I feel like I could probably find something out on the computer. I think so. It should be fun.
It should be fun. Trust me, it's gonna be so much fun.
So I don't know. How many nurses are at the station right now?
I want to say 2.
2?
One of them's Nurse Mathers. The other one is a generic nurse, not one you've seen before.
Maybe if we can call one in here and then I can have the other one run and get me something, maybe? We can split them up.
Yeah, we can.
Roberta starts crying.
What?
Perfect.
I'll stick my head out the door and just kind of wave and say, hey.
The Nurse Mathers turns to you, and the other nurse turns to you, and Nurse Mathers tells her to go to you. So then the nurse, the generic nurse, comes up and she's like, "Is there anything I can help you with?"
I point to Roberta.
Oh, honey, what's going on? She just kind of starts to attend to your needs. Do you have a skill that might be useful for
You have
pretending to
skills.
cry?
Well,
Filch.
no.
Filching, I guess, could work.
What the fuck is filching?
It's kind of like, as far as I can remember, filching is kind of like when
Conning?
you bullshit. Yeah, like conning somebody.
Oh.
They got all cute with the names like bullshit detector.
I do have
Adorable.
I do have impersonate.
Ooh.
Could I help lend it to her? Like her
No, but
crying?
you might be able to use that towards Nurse Mathers.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well-
Why don't you roll filch for me? And you don't have to try very hard, so I want to say you have to beat at least a 2.
I got a 5.
There you go. So she's thoroughly, like, trying to figure out what's wrong with you, trying to console you, asking if you need anything. She's very distracted by Roberta, which leaves the only nurse in the nurse's station is Nurse Mathers.
Okay. Do you want me to? Hey Ed, do you wanna help me cause a scene?
Why don't you just roll on your thing there?
I was. Do you want to chase me?
Chase me.
Chase me, Eddie. Chase me.
Like chasing you is gonna hurt.
I mean, I'm not gonna go fast. I mean, I might go. I'll probably go fast, actually.
Sure,
Listen,
you start.
Okay, good. I'm gonna go to the stairwell because there are some really nice rails there, and I'm gonna try to.
Hell yeah.
I've been wanting to do that for a while, so.
That's
Do a
Augie
grindy
doggy
thing?
shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna augie some doggies on that.
Alrighty, so you both leave.
Yeah.
You cause a major distraction. Nurse Mathers, you would know she's like the head nurse. She does not take bullshit. So
She
she's
hates
just
me.
like, hey you two, get out! What are you doing? You can't. So she starts running down the hall after you. And I want to say
instantly go
both
to
of you
one.
lose a health for doing something so extraneous.
Oh god, cool.
Yep, saw that coming.
But that leaves the nurse's station 100% open.
Cool. I am going to go into the nurse's station and try to look up that patient's chart.
Alrighty. You do it. It's been left open because they weren't expecting a distraction and
Right.
never really expect
Perfect.
anybody to come over here and do shit like this. So, it's left open. You see a list. You see like a recently deceased list and Gavin Langley's name on there. You click it and it says overdosed, or not overdosed. Complications with medicines caused patient to expire.
Can I see who,
Reported it?
yeah.
Dr. Haverly.
Oh, shit! Can I look at my chart?
Sure. Yeah. I
How
mean,
many
you don't see anything out of the ordinary. Like, you're fine.
I don't know why I muted. I don't know how I muted myself. Okay. Shit. And so I'll like backtrack and make it look like
Yeah.
I wasn't looking that up.
Now remember, this is a completely digital record. It's not like you. Yeah. You would probably.
No, I
yeah.
assumed. I just was closing out of the thing and making sure that there weren't any tabs that looked like I had just opened up a bunch of different records, patient
Makes
records.
sense. Alrighty. So you come back to the room then. You come back and Ed and Bobby are being reprimanded by Nurse Mathers as they're sitting in their beds. It's like, don't you ever do anything like that. You can't just do that in a hospital. You think you're gonna cause chaos like that and just get away with it? You can't just do whatever you want, Bobby.
Home. Just send me home then. I
Send you
won't
on
get
the
out
to
of your
chase
way.
punks like this.
Wait,
just
was
kick me
Nurse-
out.
Before I left, did Nurse Mathers have like any drink or food or anything next to it or any personal item?
Oh, like nurse. It may be a water, but it's in a generic cup. It's not like it's a. Yeah. Why?
I'm gonna spit in that bottle.
Oh. Oh my. You see her go back to her desk and she takes a big drink. A big drink. She gets the whole thing.
Fantastic.
She puts some of it on her face. No. So she just drinks the whole thing and she puts it down. And then
I'll just look over at Bobby and I'll just kind of wink.
She's doing her paperwork and she just goes. But with that, we'll say that the day has probably come to a close.
Yeah.
You've learned.
I
some
totally
things.
tell everybody what I saw.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, you guys can have a moment when you discuss
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that was pretty big. Yeah.
What?
Dude, they're fucking lying. They're fucking lying.
Yeah, no shit.
Dude,
Yeah, no
they,
shit.
They put on the chart. Here's the crazy part. You want to know who reported it? Dr. Haverly. The
Roberta
one-
starts crying.
No, please. Listen, whenever you cry, it makes me very uncomfortable.
I'm gonna go over to Roberta and just kind of like,
Like, I really
pat.
sweat.
It's
Can you
just, I'm sorry, it's just how I process information.
Okay.
Information in general.
Process everything.
No, she's flying through her teeth, you guys. It's fine. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay.
It's gonna be okay.
Do you want to hold my hand back? It helps me sometimes.
No thanks.
That's a
Okay,
really
cool.
weird
'Cause I
thing
didn't
to
want to
ask.
give it to you anyways.
You know that guy who was screaming last night?
The dead guy.
Yeah.
She starts crying. No. I knew what he was saying in German. It was concerning. Because he said the eye that sees and the hand that unlocks over and over and over.
Oh, that's
and
real weird. That's real weird because Dr. Drake had this necklace, this real weird necklace, that had like a key, sort of warped key looking thing. And he said something about it being like some sort of metaphor for being like a good doctor or then caring about patients or something, some bullshit like that.
Who's his mentor?
I have no idea. I did not ask that question.
Roberta lies down and is like, "We're all gonna die here."
No, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave. I like have like, you know, college entrance exams that I really need to prep for.
Or you're just gonna walk out in the snowstorm?
I mean, I want like to go. I want my parents to come get me and take me home. I'd like to just go home, you know, and just be live a normal life and like go to school, you know, maybe date somebody. That would be cool.
Bobby, sometimes all that you want is ripped away from you.
Roberta,
Oh boy.
that sucks.
So anyway, Dr. Haverly reported the murder, or they took pills and died naturally.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how a doctor that is supposedly quarantined and has been quarantined, reported an overdose.
He's not
Here's a
quarantining.
brilliant idea. Dr.
I
Haverly
thought
doesn't
you're
exist.
faking it.
But he does exist.
We've never seen Dr. Haverly.
Haven't I seen Dr. Haverly?
Wendy does know that Dr. Haverly exists.
But
It's
at the
her
same
favorite
time, at
doctor. You are
but
an
at like the same
amnesiac.
time, Bobby is like talking about how he doesn't exist. I'm like,
Oh no.
oh, no, he exists. He's very nice. He's been very helpful.
Dr. Drake doesn't think he's very well. No, Dr. Drake doesn't seem to like him at all. He says he's a very thorough doctor.
Does
Whatever
Dr.
that
Haverly and
means.
Dr. Drake look the same?
No. Not at all. You've probably seen a picture at least of them, or some form. Maybe you've seen them at some point during your hospital stay. Dr. Drake is like a very much a like younger doctor that's quite handsome and like God, I love him. But like, no,
Is he like
it's
McDreamy?
just no, he's like the guy that plays. If you've been watching Haunting of Bly Manor, the guy who plays Peter is exactly how I imagine what he looks like. But like, and then Dr. Haverly is like he's like your favorite uncle, like old, slightly overweight, like
Henry.
wrinkling and stuff like that. So he's
So the guy who plays the uncle in Bly Manor.
yeah. This is Bly Manor now.
Yes.
But yeah, so they are very much not the same person.
I'm just having difficulty understanding this because he's been really nice and he's been really helpful for me.
They're always helpful till they're not.
Okay.
Roberta, again, I'm sorry you're going through what you're going through, but you gotta stop.
I mean,
Roberta starts crying. I'm just gonna stand where I am, and I'm just gonna be like, "It's okay. It's just
We're
let
gonna
it out,
fade to
but also-
black.
Wendy is gonna give Roberta a Jello that she pocketed.
There you go.
You're welcome.
And we'll fade to black on this day. Eventually, the rest of your day is relatively restful. I can say you guys. So you're not allowed to go past your max in health. So if you didn't lose any health, you're just still at max. But if you lost some health, you can gain one back for resting for the rest of the day.
And I only spent one, right?
And one.
I believe so. Yeah. So yeah, if you lost anything, you get one back at least. And with that, it becomes nighttime.